Hey Zach, how's it going? It's Bree with Allscapes Marketing. As promised, I am recording the website audit to go over your site, some of the competitors, and where I'm seeing some gaps. So if we take a look at your website here, as I mentioned yesterday on the phone, I think it's a beautiful site. I definitely think there's some things that can be improved, but it's a beautiful site layout. When I come to your page, you got some really nice photos, some trust factors here. A little bit about the company. I do like this. I think it might even be beneficial if maybe there was a photo of you or your team or something here just to add a little bit of who we are. Okay, your services. More information, request a quote. So you got a call to action, how you guys do commercial services as well. Testimonials, love it. I think those are good to have. And your jobber quote integration. Okay. So, like I said, beautiful consultation. There's a typo here, consultation. I'm assuming that's supposed to say. Anyway, so the main thing that pops out to me here is there's definitely, for at least from an SEO perspective, there's definitely not enough content in here. There should be about 1,500 words on your homepage, and this is for two reasons. The first reason being is that Google has these crawlers. They come through and they read the content. They try to figure out what areas you serve, what services you offer, and the more content you have on here, the more you're going to look like an expert in Google's eyes. Now, in addition to that, you want to beat out your competitors. So if your competitors had 1,000 words, then you want 1,500. Within that content, you want to have keywords, and keywords are the things that people are searching for when they're trying to find you, and I haven't really seen any keywords on your homepage. So for example, if someone was Googling landscaping company, Cleveland, Ohio, and you had landscaping company, Cleveland, Ohio, all over your site, you're going to be really relevant for that search, and Google is going to be willing to put you higher at the top. So it's important to have those keywords within your content, and I'm not really seeing those keywords. So let's do a Google search for landscaping company, Cleveland, Ohio. One of the first thing that shows up is the Google guaranteed ads, and it sounds like they may be running these for you, so I won't get too into it with these, but we generally love running these for our clients. They're a very good fill-in while we're waiting for SEO to pick up. Sometimes it takes a little while to get them going. However, once we kind of optimize them and get some work in on them, they should start picking back up. Next, we have regular Google ads. I don't necessarily recommend these unless you have a huge budget, as they can be very expensive. These are really the Google ads that I recommend, and social media ads if you have an appropriate follow-up in place. Here we can see this is sponsored, so this is a Google ad inside of the Google Map Pack here. It's really important to be in these top three because this is where the most amount of people are going to find you. One of the ways you can get yourself into here is by one, having a profile, two, filling it out as much as possible. I saw you had those reviews, so I know you've got reviews on there, but filling this profile out with services, the full business description, and holidays, you can post on this just like social media. I mean, really engaging with this profile. And then three, having your name, address, and phone number listed in as many online directories as possible. And a directory is something like Yelp or Yellow Pages. Those online directories have a lot of power to them. And if your information is listed consistently with no errors, that's going to really help power this profile. It'll also help your website, but that's going to be a big power for your profile. The websites listed below here, these are called the organics, and the same thing, you want to be in the top three so that the most amount of people are going to find you. Let's take a look at this CLE landscaping company and see what they got going on. Okay. So this is a very outdated site. Your website is a billion times better than this, but this is what's in first place when we search for landscaping company, Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. All right. Let's see why they're ranking. This is a paid program I use to research websites called Ahrefs. I went ahead and put them into here so we can see what we're up against. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. Now, a UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. These are really important. The higher they are, the more powerful your website is, the more likely you are to rank. One of the main ways you can raise these numbers is with something called a backlink. Essentially, all a backlink is a link back to your website or a brand endorsement. If there was another company and they were endorsing CLE Landscaping and they said, hey everyone, CLE, they're the best, check them out, here's their website, and you could click back to their website, that's a backlink. They're passing power, they're endorsing you. And the cool thing is we can actually click on these and go through all the links they have and see what ones we're able to get for your site to help raise your numbers. Now, lastly, and most importantly, I want to touch on the keywords. These are the keywords within the content that I was talking about before. For example, lawn care Cleveland. There's approximately 150 people Googling this per month. Landscaping Cleveland, approximately 100. Lawn service Cleveland, approximately 60. Cleveland landscaping, approximately 60. Landscapers Cleveland, approximately 100, and it keeps going on. And they're killing it. You can see they're in position 2, 3, 5. They're doing a really good job targeting these words, maybe not on their website, but in their brand endorsements. So we want to do pretty much exactly what they're doing. We want to mimic it, not with the website. The website needs some help, but we want to mimic what they're doing off-site with their power, with their brand endorsements, with their directories, and then go above and beyond. So that's why it's important for us to be looking at this stuff. Now, when we take a look at your website's ratings, unfortunately, your DR is 0. So there's really not a whole lot going on with the website power. There is a little bit of UR, so maybe they've got you in some directories. You've got some backlinks, but it doesn't appear that they're doing a whole heck of a lot for the DR. And if we look at your organic keywords, we'll see there's not really any of the town keywords in it that you're going after or that you're located in, which is not good. We really want you showing up for those words. So what really needs to happen here is the website needs to be optimized. Something else I forgot to mention is you want to have a service page for every service so that you can put those relevant keywords on there. We want the lawn care page so we can put lawn care keywords on there and so on. And we want to raise the website power. We want to get these numbers higher. And then lastly, we want to get some more keywords on your site. So hopefully this is helpful to see, and I look forward to speaking with you further. Have a great day.